Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at Polkadot, seeing what's going on. This coin is phenomenal, at least phenomenal in the sense that it's more likely than not going to continue. We're going to talk about retracement areas and redraw some new fibs here, of course, and kind of just generally discuss big picture, best practice, some back-end stuff here as well with liquidation levels. So be sure to stick around through to the end. I'll just make this quick here for us. Quick heads up too, of course, we are partnered with a new exchange, phenomenal exchange, Bitunix. They allow you to not require KYC or VPN. $5,500 bonus rewards when you register. A lot of fun there. Some deposit rewards too, and some loot boxes. Just be sure to check it out. I think you're going to like them. But thanks again, Bitunix, for providing some opportunities for our US and Canadian members. Greatly appreciate you. So when it comes to DOT here, let's look at the daily and just note that we are overextended, but we're coming up into this upper liquidity zone. All the more reason why the price will probably sweep this level here, probably another 5 or 6% before pullback. What I mean by that is just, previous liquidity levels are getting swept all over the place. We saw that with Avalanche, Solana. There's a few other, I think Matic and Link might be the other ones too, but there's previous liquidity levels from June and July. Here we can see that from May and July, and effectively an area right there at about 5.8. That'll be the potential resistance. So we're just going to go ahead and mark that on the charts here as a rough estimate, just to kind of pay attention to that level, knowing that that will potentially be a resistance level for us. Let's jump in over here to the liquidity levels. You can see the last 7 days here. This is the largest amount of liquidity for this coin. Okay? And why this is relevant is because we need to know the price does come back down where we're going to see some sweeps. Okay, and what I mean by sweeps is there's a low liquidity level here that got swept earlier when Bitcoin pulled back the first time. Bitcoin's holding its level at 37,000, so most alts are taken off right now. And in that sense, we can see 460, 470 right in that range. There's a lot of liquidity there for longs. In other words, longs will get wrecked if the price comes down that low. We can also see here too that shorts have also been getting wrecked at 520, 530, and somewhere in the range of about 540. Okay, so the truth is this is pretty much par for the course for a lot of coins right now. That's why shorting is not ideal and advantageous. You'll catch a couple of lucky shorts here and there, but this is a long market right now. Okay, so please be mindful of that. So taking a look at the daily, let's go ahead and remove the liquidity there, and just note we are ascending positively here even still. Look how crazy this ascending trend is here for Polkadot. This is awesome. Really love to see this. If we take a look at RSI, it's like normally like, oh my gosh, RSI is high, we gotta sell. No, not even the case. I don't care if we're overextended on every time frame. There's no reason to bet against it because money flow is high. Okay, we've got a ton of money in this coin. No reason to consider shorting until that starts to taper off. Okay, please, let that be the takeaway. If you're going to remember anything, do not short into high volume. Okay, and we can see a similar scenario here, but the volume is technically tapering off. Keep in mind this is a 14-day lag, or in this case 14 candles. That's basically what, 2.5 days is a rough estimate. So we can kind of see here in the last 2.5 days roughly that the money flow has come down, but it recently surged up. Okay, so that this most recent push led the price higher. Okay, so until the money flow index drops below 50, don't bother shorting. Okay, even still back here, you look at it where the money flow dropped below. It's only because the price dropped here. Okay, so again, even though we've seen some price drops here and here, we still haven't seen the money flowing below 50. So again, to me, I pay attention to 50 on the RSI, and of course the money flow index, make sure that we're above that level. We have been for some time. All the more reason not to consider shorting into that until we break below. If we look at the 4-hour time frame here, we can go ahead and see that there are some obvious potential retracement zones. Let's go ahead and just kind of note that right now, just so you understand. If the price were to pull back, we're looking at $5.16, $5.02, and roughly $4.90. I'm rounding up and down a little bit, but those are the areas we're going to see the price action pull back to. The most sensible location is this most recent high where we saw the price action have difficulty crossing for about 2 days straight, and then we can see the price action broke above right there at 0.382. So 515 to me, with this being the largest amount of volume accumulation, makes the most sense for a bounce if the price were to pull back that far. Emphasis on the word if. We don't know it's going to pull back that far. All right, so again, the 4-hour time frame is looking pretty solid here in the overall sense. Hourly, last thing I try to look at here, of course, minus a few other outliers, is just generally speaking the cloud and kind of where we're at here. Because this is a really good indicator kind of letting us know where we're at. We're on the right side of the tracks, conversion lines above the baseline, we got momentum, obviously. Lagging spans free and clear, probably for the next 12 to 24 hours unless we break higher. And of course, the lagging span and basically the cloud itself is just averaging itself out right above this ascending trend. So all the more reason not to consider shorting into this coin, because we got tons of support and a lot of reasons not to. Okay, so to me, I don't like to long the top. You probably know this by now. So I'm not going to take a long here, even though it's probably going to continue higher. Me personally, I'd much rather come down here, this 0.236 or 0.382 levels, and essentially consider entry. So as per usual, just going to go ahead and add alert here. Price comes down to that level, and Bitcoin's looking stable. I'm going to consider a long for DOT at that point. Between now and then, I do not recommend longing the top, but once again, you're much better, much more successful, or sorry, you have a statistical probability higher probability of the price going up from here than down from here. But just bear in mind, what goes up must come down. You got to have some kind of pullback and retracement for it to occur. This is a very healthy continuation though. Look at how awesome this is. Up and over consistently for this coin. It is not a steady slope. Okay, even though it is kind of a slope in a sense, it had periods of consolidation consistently to allow for the reset button to happen and the price to go higher. That's exactly what a good coin would look like. So DOT has my thumbs up here. I think we're going to see somewhere in the range of $6 to $7 in the relative near future, likely in the month of November. So that's kind of where we're at there. Hopefully that made sense and I described that correctly. Again, be sure to check out our newest, most awesome cryptocurrency exchange, Bitunix. They get you some phenomenal benefits when you register. You have to use my link, of course, but if you do, you'll be eligible for future trading competitions too, and those are a lot of fun. You don't have to be crazy aggressive with those. You can just casually trade, usually based on volume and a few other factors, and it's just it's a cool experience. So thanks again, Bitunix, for providing awesome opportunities for our US and Canadian members, those who are struggling with the KYC VPN requirements. Thanks again. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.